guys and girls, welcome back to Watch the Time. Thank you for tuning back in. I'm really pleased you've come to see me, and I'm really pleased about to bring you this watch. It's from a company called Makydo. It's a gentleman called Nadeem. Him and his team have come up with this watch. I saw it sponsored on Instagram, so we had a bit of dialogue back and forth. He was good enough to send me this watch. This is an automatic watch that is stunning. I can't lie. It was something that I really like the look of. This has got the sort of Arabian numerals, black dial. The finishing is better. I want to be honest, it's better than I expected it to be. Lots and lots to like. A few different color variations to choose from. They got a ladies watch that comes in at 33mm. Also, they got a men's quartz watch. So the 33mm and the 40mm are both quartz. I've gone for the automatic. It's a 38mm, far better size for my wrist, especially with the integrated sort of bracelets. They do wear a little bit bigger, but I must say, absolute gentleman. We spent a good hour on the phone talking. I wanted to get a real good idea for his sort of motivation for the brand name. Lots and lots of good stuff. Makydo was sort of a take on Hindi, which he said was mother's blessing is the term, but he's sort of changed it slightly to make it more easier to say. So Makydo is the brand name. I think they're going to do lots and lots of good stuff, to be honest. He's very, very passionate. I can see that shining through. And this watch, for a first watch out on market, and what I would say, guys, you're going to see, and I will mention stuff through the video. So the packaging is beautiful. This one came with a travel pouch. He's assured me that for the first 500 purchases of any of the free watches, you'll get this travel pouch. Very, very nice as well. Nicely finished. And I think from what I've seen, £300 and below. So 300 is for the automatics, or 299, and down to 200 and stuff for the others. But I think it represents great value for money just off the offset. So I won't go into too much detail because I want you to continue watching. But thanks for tuning back in. I'll stop going on, and without further ado, let's get the camera turned around and get on with it. Hi guys, so this is the watch. This is the box it comes in, quite substantial but very nice sort of cardboard box. As you can see, it's got Makydo written on the top of the box. You open it up, velvety sort of inside. At the top you'll see it's also signed, and like I said, velvety underneath. It does, as you'll see, I've taken 3 links out for it to fit my wrist, and that's what it looks like. Nice finishing, and we'll go through that in just a moment. Comes with a travel pouch. As I've said, for the first 500 you'll all receive this travel pouch, which is very, very nice. Yeah, there we go. Put that to the side. As again, side with Makydo on there. The pillow it comes with, take it off there. I've already sized it, as you'd have seen. And then I'll put the watch to the side, the watch box to the side, excuse me, so we can concentrate on the watch. Do excuse my hands, guys. I had a bit of a gardening accident, so I don't want to subject you to what they're looking like at the moment, but there we go. That's the watch. Really nice piece. So they're calling this the Onyx Black Middle East, given the numerals go around. Yeah, I feel it looks very, very nice. There's been a couple of Seikos that I've seen that have that, and I've never had hands on, but I'm really happy to get this in for review. Inside, you'll be able to make out it's running automatic Miyota 9015 movement. There you go, you'll be able to see that there. Very, very nice. I'll bring some information up about that movement now. Also, yeah, you guys know what I think about this movement at this point. But I've had this movement in a few watches now, and I don't think it lets anyone down. I think it's a superb movement. High beat 4 Hz movement. Yeah, really, really nice. This one's sort of running, I'd say, between 3 and 4 seconds fast a day. And yeah, very, very nice. 9000 series movements from Miyota. That's sort of one of my favorites. So yeah, very good choice. It's a 9015 movement. The construction of the watch is all 316L stainless steel, aside from the crystal on the back and at the top. You'll see, I'll bring it up to camera, the brushing is done really, really nice. The nice transitions to the polished surfaces, that's continuous through the watch. You'll see the bracelet, see how it articulates really, really nicely. H-link bracelet. Inside of there, you've got a polished chamfered edge, which is really, really nice. The taper on this is done fantastically well. and no sharp edges, guys. You'll be pleased to know. When I spoke to Nadim, I did say to him, I think the bracelet was exceptional, and I hope it's showing it up on there. You'll see it's signed on the clasp with the Makydo logo as well. Friction release clasp, just to open it up. If you do it the right side, that is. And as I say, all 316L stainless steel. Clasp is brushed, has got stainless steel written on there. You'll be able to see. You'll see the rotor going crazy because that's what it does. But yeah, all brushed really. A few polished elements just really complement the brushing. You've got quite coarse brushing, and you'll see that there. But I really like that, the way it transitions with the polished surfaces. Really makes it pop. So yeah, all 316L stainless steel. So that's the crown, bezel, case, end links towards the integrated bracelet, clasp, and that are part of the exhibition case back, all 316L stainless steel. The thickness of the watch is 9mm, so really thin. They've done well to get that sort of thickness. The case diameter, I sort of measure anywhere really. It was coming at 38.2mm on this watch, and when you include the crown, that does come in at 40.7mm. The lug width on this is 22. That does taper down to 18 at the clasp. Obviously it's going to be a little bit thinner just inside there, and there has been talks of them bringing out their own sort of straps to go with these watches, so hopefully that's something that will happen in the future. But yeah, watch this space for that, I would say. But that's those proportions. And the lug to lug, tip to tip, is without the sort of protruding male end link in the center. It's coming at 47.8mm, and when you go including those center links, it's 51.9mm. As I said, the case back is exhibition. I would have shown you a moment ago, screwed down and just highlighting some information going around the outer edge. The bezel is brushed with polished edge, which looks nice, and the crown is situated at the 3 o'clock position, also signed with the Makydo logo, which is a nice touch. As you see, the bracelet is nicely brushed, has got screw pins keeping it in place, and they were really nice to deal with. This bracelet is just superb. How it articulates, how it's finished, really nice. Friction release butterfly clasp, so you just press it in. I like the fact they've got this little section that goes in with the logo and just offers like a nice seamless transition with the bracelet, so you can't really see where it closes. And there we are. The crystal covering the dial is a sapphire crystal, you'll be pleased to know, because you know I do like my sapphire crystal. And the water resistance is cited as being 50 meters, so that will give you 5 atmospheres of water resistance, and the weight will appear in the top right. It's just above 124 grams with 3 links removed, so nice proportions, isn't it? Nice size and really beautiful watch, I must say. But anyway, let's have a look at the dial now, guys, in just a bit more detail. So what you will see, you've got a minute track going around the outer edge. Inside that you've got indices, obviously, because obviously it's Middle Eastern style. They're going from 1 to 12. No, you haven't got indices at the 3 o'clock, given the fact you've got the date window. Obviously it's color matched, which is also nice to see, I think. I like the fact they've gone with black with white in keeping with the other printed elements onto the dial. You've got Makydo logo and the Makydo script writing just below the indices at the 12 o'clock, and automatic and script writing just above at the 6. The hands and the indices are all polished, but there was loom on this, guys. Regrettably, it was very difficult to try and get anything worth recording because the loom wasn't the best. This is something that Nadim has sort of fessed up to and said it's not his it wasn't in his image, it wasn't what he wanted it to be, but there it is. So yeah, the loom wasn't great, so I won't be able to bring that up given the fact that it's very tricky to get a loom shot. You'll see, you take it out to the second position. Let me put it here a bit more friendly viewing. Let me go to sort of 20 past 8 for now. You'll see it will hack when you do that. You put it back in, you take it back out. Let me see if I can get the first position. And if you scroll it, which way is it? Away from you towards you. Bear with me a second, guys. So if you scroll away from you, you'll see you can change the date. A little bit more tricky wearing these gloves, but there we are. And as I say, if you take it all the way out, it will hack. You put it back in, it will start back up again. But that's the dial, guys. Really nice dial, nice the way they've done it. Indices lovely, nice, and like I said, the brushing to the polished surfaces on this watch are fantastic. And like I said, push-pull crown just there at 3 o'clock. But that's the dial, guys. That's everything there. Let me just pop it on the wrist quickly, give you an idea of what it looks like on my wrist. Okay, so my wrist is just above a 7-inch wrist for your reference. Obviously, not ordinarily, I wouldn't be wearing these gloves. I know it makes me look like a snooker referee, but there we are. It's not something that I really do think I'll continue wearing. I like to have my hands. It makes it a lot easier anyway, but that's what it looks like on the wrist. I just can't get over how it plays with the light. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so guys and girls, that would now take me on to what I think is pants and pucker about the watch. If you've ever watched before, you know I always start with pants. I like to go on a high with pucker. So what I think is pants, not a great deal. I've got to mention the loom on the hands. I would have rather they didn't have any loom than the loom that's been put on there. Not great. It is a dressy piece, so it doesn't need to have loom anyway. But yeah, there we are. So the loom and the crown, I do think it's a little bit undersized. If I'm honest, I think it looks a bit small, and because it could do with probably being a mil or two bigger, it does make it. Obviously, I'm wearing gloves, so it's not really easy to grab hold of anyway. But I do think if it was a mil or two bigger, it would make it a lot easier to sort of grab hold of. I don't mind the shape; looks like a nut, but yeah, I think it could have done with being a little bit bigger. But they're the only two things, guys, because I do actually think this is a great, cracking watch from Makydo for their first watch. So they're the two things I'll mention, is the loom and crown size. What I think is pucker is I do like those indices. I've wanted to get a watch with those sort of Arabics. I don't know if you can call them Arabics, but yeah, Middle Eastern writing. I think it looks nice. The date colour, the fact they've colour matched it, as I've said, I think that's a cool part. Like I said, it just makes it look a little bit nicer and cleaner with the white writing on the dial. The movement, 9015 movement, I'm always going to be happy to see that. And with this watch coming in at £299 for that movement, with all the finishing, I think that's a great touch as well with the movement. The bracelet I think is one of the stars of the show on this watch. I just think it's fantastic. I think it's beautiful. I've held the Tissot of a similar type watch, and I think this bracelet is far better. The way this has been executed, the way it's been finished, the finish, yeah, just really, really beautiful. So the bracelet on this watch is stunning. The size, the 38mm for me is perfect for this style of watch with the integrated bracelet, because they do wear a little bit bigger. The finishing, I've got to mention the finishing. I'm sure I've mentioned it 10-15 times by now. Finishing is done fantastically well. And finally the price, I think £299 for a watch like this with a high beat movement with the finishing and just the specs in general. I think it's a great offering. So just to surmise what I think is pucker, is I'll go with the indices, date, colour, movement, bracelet, size, finishing, and price. And guys and girls, would I recommend this watch? Wholeheartedly I would. This is their first offering. I know they're going to be looking to bring out other watches, but if this is a sign of things to come, then I think we're all in for a treat, because I think this is a stunning watch. I'll bring some other colour variations up now. As I've said, they've got a 33 and 40 in quartz, 38mm in automatics, and these are the colour variations that you can choose from. So yeah, something for everyone at this point, I believe. But guys and girls, please let me know what you think about this watch, and maybe any other watches you may want to see on the channel. And as always say, don't forget to like, subscribe, and always watch your time. Take care, guys. All the very best.